was the only door in the creaky old house that was always locked, and whenever she asked about it, her grandmother's face would pale. "It's nothing," she'd say with a nervous laugh. "Just storage." One stormy night, while the power flickered and rain lashed against the windows, Lila decided to find out for herself. She'd swiped the old brass key from her grandmother's keyring earlier that day and now held it in her trembling hand. The lock clicked open with surprising ease. The air that seeped out was cold and smelled of mildew, but there was something else, a faint metallic tang that set her teeth on edge. Inside, the room was barren except for a mirror mounted on the far wall. It was tall, almost reaching the ceiling, with a dark, ornate frame carved with twisting vines and leering faces. Despite the dim light, the mirror seemed to glow faintly, as if it had a light source of its own. As Lila stepped closer, she realised her reflection wasn't quite right. Her mirror self moved a half-second too late, tilting its head in a way she hadn't. Her reflection's eyes seemed darker, almost black, and its mouth curved into a smile she didn't make. A chill ran down her spine, and she turned to leave, but as she reached for the door, the mirror whispered her name. "Lila!" She froze. Slowly, against her better judgment, she turned back. Her reflection wasn't in the mirror anymore. Instead, the glass rippled like water, and a hand, thin, pale, and clawed, reached out toward her. She screamed and stumbled backward, but the hand grabbed her wrist with icy strength. The mirror warped and stretched, pulling her toward it as her own reflection reappeared, standing on the other side. "No!" Lila shrieked, struggling to free herself, but it was no use. The last thing she saw before the darkness swallowed her was her reflection stepping out of the mirror, smoothing its hair and smiling sweetly. When her grandmother found the room the next morning, the mirror was cracked and Lila was gone. But every now and then, when she walked past, she swore she could hear Lila's voice, faint and distant, begging to be let out.